ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spokane, Washington. A beautiful shot of the river. It is the start, the official start of another college basketball season for the Zags. Ranked number 11, they welcome in the Bulldogs of Yale out of the Ivy League. Not a typical start for Gonzaga. We'll explain that in a moment. It is great to see everyone again. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Guys, Yale, this is a team that could win a conference championship, could find themselves in the NCAA tournament.
Yale's a very good ball club. 3 of the last 4 years, they have won more than 20 games. They are going to present a difficult challenge here on opening night.
It is an exciting night. It's really our first look, Richard, at Ryan Nembhard in a Zag uniform. Man, are we going to fall in love with this guy.
Yeah, I think we are. He's one of the most impactful transfers of the offseason. Scored 30 in the tournament last year against Baylor, 12 points a game. More importantly, the way that he pushes the tempo. He keeps you on your heels defensively, despite only being about 6 foot, able to finish around the rim. But more importantly, Dan, you know this, just improves his teammates. They're all better for playing with him.
Okay, Nembhard is in, but some adversity already for Gonzaga. It was learned just prior to this game. We've known all week, but officially, Steele Venter's out for the entire season, guys, with a torn ACL. This does what to the rotation?
It's a big blow for Gonzaga. He came in with extremely high expectations because just down the road at Eastern Washington, he was the Big Sky Player of the Year, where he shot nearly 40% from 3. Gonzaga was expecting him to be a deep threat from the perimeter. Now, Coach Few's going to have to adjust his early season expectations for minutes and rotations, but I think freshman Dusty Stromer is up for the job.
And Richard, Anton Watson back for yet another year for Gonzaga. Don't be shocked if he's in the 3-hole.
Yeah, well, look, 4 of your top 7 in the rotation are likely on the front line. You're going to have to find minutes for him anyway. Every year, Anton's gotten better steadily from the 3-point line. Can he bump that percentage up? But more importantly, it's what he does, those other intangible things, and defensively about as impactful as we've seen in a long, long time at Gonzaga.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great night to be alive. Another start of a college basketball season. Gonzaga begins ranked number 11. They welcome in the Bulldogs of Yale and the Zags of Gonzaga. Starting lineup, the tip-off when we come back live from Spokane. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. We are ready to go between Gonzaga and Yale. Beautiful night in Spokane. And here's tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Numeric Credit Union. Gentlemen, a lot of guys to get familiar with. Ryan Nembhard, Dusty Stromer, the 4-star freshman. Of course, there's Nolan Hickman back for another year. Graham Ike, the transfer from Wyoming, and Anton Watson. You'll learn Yale tonight, but guys, let's spend a little time about Gonzaga. Stromer, Ike, important.
Stromer's a very talented freshman out of Southern California who I think reminds me a lot of a couple former Zags, Richie Fromm, Corey Kispert. That's the type of upside that he has. Graham Ike was spectacular at Wyoming a season ago, didn't play, but it looked in the exhibition game as if he didn't miss a beat. He looked tremendous against LC State.
And this Yale team can shoot the 3. You're going to have to guard them. This is a talented team. And there is their head coach, James Jones, 25th season, 6 Ivy League championships, 3 NCAA tournament berths, 4-time Ivy League Coach of the Year. He comes here with a team that's legit, Richard.
Yeah, he's been there just a bit longer than Mark Few's been at Gonzaga. He has built his own program. The last 8 years in particular has been the pinnacle of Yale basketball, and he's led that effort. This is a very, very good program.
And there is head coach Mark Few, also in his 25th season as the head coach. 688 wins, 135 losses. You see the winning percentage at 83.6. That always cracks me up because that basically means you have a 16% chance of beating him every time you play.
Well, think about the last 3 years. Gonzaga's 90-11.
That's crazy. And here's tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Look, I think if you're Gonzaga, you've got to push the tempo. This is part of the DNA for the program, certainly, but against a really solid defensive team in Yale, don't let them get set defensively. They're very disciplined, organized on that end. Look to push the ball, try to find some cheap points in transition or on the three-point line.
I think Gonzaga's got to be great in guarding the pick and roll. Yale will do a lot of continuity ball screen where the first side will be kind of dummy action to get you out of position, get the ball on the second side. If you're not aware in your pick and roll defense, they are going to make the correct play more times than not.
And disciplined defense. You can't lose the shooter. This team is going to shoot some threes, and they can hit them. There's Graham Ike. Man, he's waited to play. He's waited for this night for a long time. Did not play last year at Wyoming because of an injury. He'll tip it off against Danny Wolf, number 1, a 7-foot sophomore from Glencoe, Illinois. Yale in their road blues. Gonzaga at home in their Nike 7 jerseys. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the game and what it means. The Nike N7 unis. Gonzaga with the basketball. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Here we go. There's Nolan Hickman at the elbow, trying to get it inside. Yale really active in there. Here's Graham Ike, spin to the baseline, and we begin with a layup.
Well, if you lose an all-time scorer, Drew Timme, but you replace him with an elite guy of his own. He's effective around the rim, great hands, good feet. He's going to score a ton on that low block.
And it's a good night when Richard gets this excited this early. And how about that finish? Bez and bang.
Great finish, but what about that pass from Wolf? A 5-man who really understands the game at a high level.
Nembhard was hoping to draw a foul there, threw up a wild shot. Pouladakis to the wing, shot for 3 is short from Mahoney. Nembhard up to Hickman. He'll score it.
It's the pass from Nembhard. Unselfish, understands I'm going to push it, and that's where Hickman's going to thrive. Doesn't have the ball in his hands constantly, can play off of it. With a guy like Nembhard, you know the ball is going to be delivered.
Pouladakis with Stromer chasing. Step back jumper is good. A lefty.
This is not your typical Ivy League team. Yale has great size. They've got scorers off the bounce. They run good offense out of the low post.
Hickman inside, scoop shot. Watson had his hands on it. Nembhard fell down. 2-on-1 for Yale, and Stromer picks up the personal foul. And August Mahoney will go to the free throw line.
Coach Few does not like the call. Gonzaga over the years has been one of the best in teaching vertical challenges where you go straight up and down. You get another look at Stromer. Vertical challenge, just present a little bit of difficulty for the offensive player to finish. Didn't look like much of a call there.
Mahoney, a 6'4" senior from Saratoga Springs, New York. And he gives Yale the 5-4 lead. These fans were chewing on the Bulldogs of Yale for a good hour before the game, and I was watching Mahoney as he walked around getting his shots. He had kind of this wry look on his face. You could tell he was not bothered at all by what they were doing.
This is not your typical opener. This is a Yale program that's played in a lot of big games over the last few years.
And the first turnover for Gonzaga leads to a break for Yale. Mbang. And he looks at the Gonzaga bench.
Well, Mbang last year didn't shoot it at a high clip, but more defensive-minded, but that's a big shot if you're Yale. Any offense from Mbang is going to be a big bonus.
Mbang almost got his hands on that. Screen set by Ike. Nembhard into the lane. But the taller Mbang made that a really tough shot. Ike, offensive rebound. And he'll shoot free throws. And the foul called inside on Danny Wolf.
Ike's just got such a nose for the ball at Wyoming. Almost 20 and 10 a couple seasons ago before missing the last year with a foot injury. But he's got soft hands. He's great at sealing on the interior, positioning on the glass as well.
You just can't move him. And if you're for GU fans, he reminds me a lot of what Batista was. JP was not a vertical guy, but he was so stout, you could not back him down, and you really couldn't hold him from getting to his spot. And I think you're going to see a lot of that in EK this year, just with his size and ability to hold his ground.
EK is 71.6% free throw shooter. JP Batista was better than an 80% shooter back in the day.
Well, I'm not saying they're identical to one another. I'm saying there's some similarities.
Guys, we're 2.5 minutes in.
I can't believe it took this long.
That was a shot across the bow.
Keep me on my toes.
9-6, some pressure by the Zags.
I expect to see quite a bit of three-quarter court pressure from Gonzaga this season. They've got the length on the perimeter, in particular with Stromer. They would have done it a lot with Ventures as well, but now he's out for the season.
Driving the baseline, hanging and hitting is Poulikitis.
It all comes off that drive from Noling on the baseline.
Nembhard, he'll shoot the three. Bang, off the front of the rim. Townsend the rebound. Matt Noling running into Watson. Poked away. And now Mahoney. Left it. Noling, little runner drops.
So under control. Look, before the game, this is the action they worked on in their warm-up. Those pick and rolls, dropping it off to the screen center.
Zags down by 7. Yale 5 of their first 6. Turnover number 2 for Gonzaga. Mbang now to the post. Townsend. EK up. Noling draws the foul, and Matt Noling will shoot a free throw.
This is exactly the kind of start that Coach Few and staff were worried about. Yale, with the experience that they have, comes into this McCarthy Athletic Center not intimidated whatsoever.
Noling, all-league guy last year. Credit Townsend there, though. Kept his composure, did not get sped up. This is a Yale team again. Look, they played in championship games, big-time games in their conference over the last 4 years. This group's not going to be nervous in the kennel.
And let's be honest, until they play Princeton, they won't play in a bigger game all season long for them.
No, they play at Kansas. They will go play teams on their own gym all the time.
Mahoney for 3 off the front of the rim. EK lost that out of play. We'll see if I'm right down the road. Yale up by 10, 16-6. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Tonight's fan trivia question brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. Stop by Arby's today. Arby's, we have the meats. Text your answer to 27297. How many times have the Zags faced off against Yale in basketball?
I know this.
4, 1, or 3?
I read the pregame notes, guys. Come on. Tell me good job. Good job.
I read the notes as well.
Nice job, Richard.
Thank you, Greg.
That does not mean you'll get it right, though.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Yale has hit 6 of their first 8 shots. Gonzaga 2 of their first 7. No surprise why the Bulldogs or Yale are up by 10.
Look, this is a group in Yale that's effectively played together the last couple of years. This is a team, when you think about all the new faces for G, it's going to take a minute for them to figure it out.
And the Zags with some intensity on defense, but Mbang up in the air to save that pass. 10 on the shot clock. Mahoney out to Noling. Working on Watson. The drive, he got all the way in. Off the glass, it's off. Stromer up for the rebound. Here come the Zags. And a whistle and a foul inside. And I believe they got John Poulikitis.
A tremendous rim run right there in transition from Braden Huff. Recognized that Poulikitis was on him, matched up, running back. Simply stick your rear end right underneath the basket, force the official to make a call.
2 fouls now on Yale. Hickman hangs and hits.
Nolan is poised to have a breakout year. He can score. And with his experience last year on the ball as point guard, when Nembhard's out of the game, when he gets the ball on the weak side, he can make a play.
Poulikitis, Stromer right there with a hand in his face. Huff the rebound. Zags a little more intense now on defense.
Well, you get stops, now you can push it in transition.
That's a block call there.
That's a tough call here for Yale. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Well, that's the point of contention this year.
I don't even think it's close.
With the rules committee and the change, you have to completely be there in front this year.
Total block.
Too many times in last few years, that call would have gone to the defender. Now they wanted to clean it up, make that call a defensive foul.
Nembhard falling away too hard. Watson up hard. Huff for three. Bang!
The spark that he's provided in a couple possessions has been terrific. Braden Huff.
Well, he might be their most natural scorer on the front line. And he can score not just on that three-point line, but around the rim as well.
Anton Watson working on Wolf. Here's Wolf. The drive on Watson again. Spins too hard. Nembhard grabs the loose ball. Gonzaga back in transition. Hickman for three. Too hard. Offensive rebound was kicked out. A foul inside. And a double foul has been called on Watson and Wolf. That'll be number 2 on Wolf and number 1 on Anton Watson.
Here you see Watson again. This is the stuff we don't talk about enough. The offensive rebound leads to a second opportunity, and that's what Huff can do. I mean, the luxury for Mark Few to have Huff and Greg come off the bench, they just offer such a different wrinkle compared to what Watson and EK do when they're in the game.
And you can see James Jones wanting an explanation over there. I don't think he agreed with the call, but that is number 2 on their big man, Danny Wolf.
That's a tough one for Yale. They run a lot of offense through him with the continuity ball screen. He's really good at making those reads, whether he throws it to the backdoor cutter or throws it into a pick and roll.
He's replaced by number 10, Samson Allerton. Allerton from Dallas, Texas. Screen set by Townsend. Mbang off the front of the rim, loose ball. Townsend, boy, what a battle inside. And a jump ball call, possession arrow to Gonzaga. I thought they were going to get Watson on the foul.
It's a lot of contact off that offensive rebound from Townsend. He's an active player offensively. Sets a lot of ball screens, rolls. Every time a shot goes up with that big body, tries to carve out space for the offensive rebound.
He didn't play much a season ago.
Nembhard down the lane, and it goes. Thought I heard a whistle.
Help side never appeared. Nembhard gets all the way to the front of the rim, but Townsend didn't play much as a freshman. He was terrific in Yale's overseas trip to Greece this summer. He is just a talented basketball player.
Zags on a 7-0 run. Casey Simmons, number 14 on the floor. Drive there. Stromer had it, came right back to Simmons, and it's a bucket for the Bulldogs.
Well, no, I think Simmons was out of bounds and hadn't established himself back on the floor before he caught it.
They did call him out of bounds. Good eyes, Richard.
Yeah, with the difference here for Gonzaga, though, Greg, you've said it a couple times defensively. Out of that timeout, here he sees this not established himself back on the floor. Good call from the official.
Ben Gregg in, Anton Watson out. Inspiring minutes there by Anton Watson. And he brought to this game what Mark Few expects out of Anton all season, toughness. Nembhard. Huff again from 3. That's long. Stromer, the offensive rebound. Now Nembhard. Dusty for 3. Bang!
He's got the potential to be Gonzaga's next great shooter, but he earned himself a spot in the rotation because of doing the little things in the fall practice season. Offensive glass, defensive rotations. He's picked up on those things quickly.
Zags on a 10-0 run. Oh, the foul called on Braden Huff as Mahoney was on the drive. That looked like a clean block from here. We'll get another look. Braden looks with interest at the big screen. That'll be his first. That is 4 on Gonzaga. We have Mahoney at the line.
We haven't talked much about Mahoney, but unbelievable shooter from beyond the three-point arc. 47% a season ago. He really came on strong at the end of last year. 19 points in the loss in NIT to Vanderbilt.
It's 18-16. Zags were on a 10-0 run before those free throws. Nembhard off balance scoop.
Just so creative. Slows down enough to see if Ike can fill the role and he can deliver it. Ike's not able to get there, still able to finish with that little scoop shot with the right hand. You just cannot speed him up. Nembhard's always playing at his pace.
Mahoney. Nolan, that shot is short. Long rebound loose. Grabbed by Allerton. Shot for three up. Garum. Off the bench. Yacine Garum, a junior from San Diego.
Not a shooter. Only 9 of 21, rather 31 in his career. That's a big-time bucket for Yale at the right time.
Hickman, stop and go. Defense is there. And he's tied up. Possession arrow gives it to Yale. 11:42 to play in this first half. What a start in Spokane. Both teams going at it. Brian Nembhard missed his first 5. He's hit his last 2. The Zags back in it, but Yale up by 3, 21-18. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. What a start between these two programs. How many times have the Zags faced off against Yale in basketball? Richard, were you right?
Yes, 1.
You were?
No, I actually thought it was 3. What I read was that Yale has been to Spokane, I think, 3 times.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
You were right. You're right. I read it intently and still forgot.
Yes, so. Well, I appreciate your honesty.
My wife would tell you I forget things all the time. So.
And look at this. You guys take it over, right?
Well, look, in today's day and age, the idea of going anywhere and staying longer than 20 years is unheard of. And it's just a real testament to all the men on this list. But you think about what James Jones and Mark Few have done at small programs, particularly Gonzaga when he first started, and reached unprecedented levels for both of these programs. It's really remarkable.
Some other great names on there as well. Yale up by 3 with the basketball. Matt Nolan handoff to Garum. Yacine to Allerton. And then Mahoney pulls the trigger. Ben Gregg the rebound. To the post. Ike, great catch. And a foul called against Yale.
It's one of those things every year. We get curious. Does Gonzaga change a few things within their offensive attack? And they might do some things here and there that are adjustments, but every year the high-low is going to be there. That time a terrific entry high-low from Ben Gregg to Graham Ike.
Ike the catch, 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time here for Gonzaga. Hickman into the lane, hangs, gets the roll.
Big-time floater there. Get the defense on your hip, turn the corner. Float it up softly on the rim.
Hickman was 6, 3 of 5 from the floor for Nolan. Garum. Mahoney. Simmons. Rattled there by Stromer and Ben Gregg. Deflection, but picked up by Mahoney. Allerton inside, left it short. Hickman the rebound. And a foul called as he threw it out to Nembhard. But another foul against Yale.
Since that first time out, this has been a different experience for Yale. Gonzaga's intensity, focus on this end of the floor has been at a much higher level as Hickman, a little awkward landing there. For Yale, you just have to try to slow it down a little bit and just be more patient offensively.
That foul called on Yacine Garum, his first. That's 6 now on Yale. 10:28 to play here in the first. Zags in the bonus. The next foul by the Yale Bulldogs. Ike, turnaround.
Well, that's great defense from Townsend. That's just a big-time shot from Ike. He's got that kind of touch from 12 feet. That's a nice-looking turnaround.
Zags have hit their last 4 and have regained the lead at 22-21. Stromer transition 3. In and out. Loose ball. Out of play. It goes to Yale. I tell you what, Stromer starts hitting those in transition. And hello, superstar.
He's got all the makings of being just that. But back to that EK post play. The patience, waiting to see if a double happened, pump fake to make sure it doesn't, and then just simply spin away from contact.
Townsend. Nolan, nice catch as Ben Gregg was right there. He'll drive, little jump hook won't go. Garham chasing at it, but it goes to Gonzaga.
Tell you what, Garham has been extremely active on the defensive end. A possession or two ago, collided with Nolan Hickman, but Ryan Nembhard has had to push him off a couple times himself. He sticks his nose in there.
Anton Watson back on the floor for Ben Gregg. Gonzaga up 22-21. EK again backing in. Townsend being really physical with him. That's off a Yale Bulldog. So Gonzaga ball with 13 on the shot clock. Boy, I tell you what, I'm already impressed with Gonzaga. Yale came out here to start this game and absolutely clocked them right in the chin. And they've responded. EK shot is well off. Back come the Yale Bulldogs. Mbang down the lane. Hickman there to defend. And a whistle, and this is a foul on Nolan Hickman.
I think their feet got tangled up. Mbang on that drive. Hickman coming over on the help side. But no shot here on the ground.
That's 1 on Hickman, 5 on Gonzaga. Garham got it in. And now Mbang with Nembhard right there. He'll go to the left. Kick to the corner. Backdoor cut. Stromer was there to deflect it, but a foul is called.
Stromer got caught on the top side. The back cut, he had no choice but to concede the 2-point layup or foul.
And that's number 2 on Dusty Stromer, so he's got to go out. And he is replaced by a sophomore, Jun Suk-yo, a sophomore from Seoul, Korea. Jun wearing number 21. Townsend, baseline jumper, good. 23-22. Nembhard falling away, in and out.
That's a tough shot. Bring it down on your own. No passes. You don't get any kind of offense.
Mahoney. Watson cut him off on the baseline. EK with the show. 11 on the shot clock. Mbang spins. The kick out. Mahoney. Watson out on him. Anton with the D. Mahoney got into the lane. Got up. Shot away. No good. EK clears the miss. Hickman on the attack. Got to the rim.
The shiftiness. Almost as if he came to a complete stop, and then the burst at the end.
Nolan now 4 of 6, 8 points. Zach shooting 47%, which is amazing at the start they had tonight. Backdoor cut, deflection though, right to Nembhard. Ryan, kick out. Hickman thought about the 3. Here's Yo from 17. The miss is cleared. Mbang. Garham inside. Zags defense pretty good in there tonight.
It's been a physical game.
Townsend spun right into EK. Loose ball picked up, no foul there. Nembhard ran into Townsend at the other end. Yo, jump shot is off. Trying to run it down. And possession will go to Yale. Wow, what a physical start in Spokane, gentlemen. 6:46 to play in this first half. Townsend, baseline jumper, zags up by a point. Nolan Hickman with 8. That was special. And welcome back. Gonzaga coverage of the game brought to you by Primera. Primera, proud partner of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And guys, we go to second chance points.
Yeah,
Zags have been active.
Yeah, they're +1 on the glass, but +5. They've got 4 offensive rebounds, that have led to 8 second chance points for Gonzaga. You just see the strength for GU, and more importantly, the activity. It's coming from all kinds of guys all over the floor. There's Stromer coming off the perimeter. Of course, Watson, you expect to see that. Then when you're struggling to score offensively, it's a wonderful opportunity to not only get the ball back, but that's a great time to get the three-point shot off those offensive rebounds.
I mean, this is a Yale team that we've talked about, is very experienced. They only allowed a shade over 63 points a game a season ago, so the game is at the pace that Yale would like.
Mahoney. Pulikitis back on the floor for Yale, and a foul called on Yo. And actually it's on Nembhard. And that is number 1 on Nembhard. Puts Townsend at the free throw line. Front end goes.
Townsend led them in their season opener against non-Division I Vassar, 13 points, 6 of 7 from the field. He's a difficult matchup. Undersized as far as height, but man, is he strong on the interior.
And Yale, perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Hickman shot is off, but free throws coming for the big man Huff. Tell you what, Braden, I've been so impressed with him in the scrimmage and impressed with him on craziness in the kennel. The ball goes in, and he's so active for a guy that size.
He's their most gifted scorer up front. He just has a way of scoring. It's not just a three-point shot. He's good around the rim. He can score on the low block. You see right there, he plays through the end of the possession. He doesn't see the shot go up and just surrender to the block out. He tries to go get the ball. He's got a tremendous upside on this end of the floor. And defensively, I like the fact that he's active. We saw 1 block shot already.
He's the best rim protector they have.
He probably is. You're absolutely right, yeah.
And Huff, a redshirt freshman out of Glen Ellen, Illinois, former Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois.
Well, to stay on the idea of rim protection, I mean, Gonzaga doesn't have rim protection over the last couple of years. Chet Holmgren a few years back, yes. Last year they didn't either. They'll have to play similarly on that end of the floor.
And Greg, here's your lineup. We were talking about this before the game a bit at the Open. You've got the front line of Greg, Huff, and Watson. I think you can play this way offensively because of the shooting Huff and Greg give you from the perimeter. And defensively, you've got this jumbo-sized group. It makes it really hard to score, particularly around the rim.
Well, look, they ought to be able to rebound as well as any program this big. And look at Mahoney battling for Yale. The Zags are down there. Huff, loose ball picked up by Mbeng. He's got Pulikitis in the far corner. Skip pass. Shot. That's a 2. A long 2. Was that a 3?
Yeah, they gave a 3.
They did. I'm blocked out by a cameraman.
What a possession there, Yale. The loose ball leads to a 3 in transition.
28-26. See what I mean?
Yeah, look, you've got a guy in EK in your starting lineup. You bring in Huff. Both those guys, you can play through them in the low block. Think of the last couple years, particularly last year. You just had Drew up front. Now you've got a couple guys who can get you a bucket on the low block.
And they both have the advantage of being lefties. There's something that lefties just have a little bit of an advantage is Pulikitis. Holy cow.
Starting to heat up.
Pulikitis pulling the trigger.
Back-to-back threes now. 7 points.
And there's the block. Pulikitis with those 7 points. They've only got him in here as 1 3-point shot.
They gave him one here on the left. We'll see if they'll clean that up. But Polakidis shoots over half his shots on the three-point line. Last year, 40%.
Anton Watson. 54.8% from the free throw line a year ago. And he's perfect here tonight. Makes it a 31-30 game. Zag 6 of 6, Yale 7 of 7 from the stripe. Mbang. I like this kid's game. Townsend backing in on Greg. Left hand soft off the glass.
Back down, get to his spot, and then the left hand hook over the right shoulder.
He is all of 250.
6'7", 250. He looks like a left tackle to me. And Ben Gregg from downtown.
That's funny you mentioned that, Greg. Talked to their Yale's coaching staff before the game, and they said the same thing. He's a terrific basketball player, but he would be an amazing football player.
Trying to go backdoor, but Watson's defense was there. 4 minutes to play in this opening half. Gonzaga, Yale, Mahoney spins, strip, grabbed by Hickman. Nolan looks at the clock. He's got Nembhard in the corner. Huff for three. Bang! Hello, Braden Huff. Six straight in the last 38 seconds. Ben Gregg. Who says Gonzaga's going to struggle from the three-point line this year? It's their bigs, gentlemen. Ben Gregg. Braden Huff. Zags up by 3. Visit SpokaneArena.com and purchase tickets today to the CCF Classic when Gonzaga takes on Pepperdine January 4th at the Spokane Arena. Tickets start at $49. Log on and purchase tickets today. It's a great cause. The CCF Classic, Pepperdine Gonzaga at the arena. Well, gentlemen, Dan just informed me that John Riley, the great John Riley, former great Zag, watching from Australia, he's enjoying what he's seeing, but from behind the three-point line.
He really likes Braden Huff right now, that's for sure. One of the greatest shooters of all time in Gonzaga history.
Mbang, 3:25 to play in this opening half.
Gonzaga stays big here with Watson, Greg, and Ike together.
Handoff. Simmons, elbow jumper.
Great
Long
block
rebound
out.
to Watson.
Nolan Hickman got switched out onto Allerton. Tremendous block out.
And a foul on the floor. And that'll go against Casey Simmons.
And with Gonzaga, they've gone to a defensive package over the last few years where they do a lot of switching. And when that happens, at times you're going to get guards in mismatches. The guards have to be tough enough and willing enough to block out the bigs. Tremendous job by Hickman on that last possession.
10 fouls now against Yale, so the double bonus. Ben Gregg short on the first attempt. Zags 4 of 7 from 3. And Yale now 4 of 9. 1 of 2 for Ben Gregg. I interviewed Ben Gregg this week. I like that guy. He's such a Zag. Just willing to do whatever the team needs him to do.
People forget he came over halfway through his senior year.
Yeah, he's like 30. That ball out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say Anton Watson touched it. I'm not sure Anton agrees.
Well, it looked like it went off the knee of the offensive player, but Watson in the mix again. Just moves his feet.
Oh.
The thing is, Anton, he made it known that they got it wrong, but he didn't hurt because he's been around so long. He's like, I've never seen him change a call. That rattled out. Watson the rebound.
That's a shot you want Yale to take if you're Gonzaga.
Oh. Anton hanging, falls off. Ben Gregg is there.
There's so much size on the floor. It's going to be difficult to keep Gonzaga off the glass if they go big like this and give teams a steady diet of it.
Gonzaga now their largest lead of the game at 6:39-33. Garham driving on Nembhard. Hangs and hits. And a foul called on Ben Gregg, who got there a step late.
Well, it starts with the blow by. Garham gets right around Nembhard and puts Gregg in a tough spot. Gregg trying to challenge, but just gets over there a little late. If you're Nembhard, you cannot surrender the baseline that easily. And Gregg just trying to make a play.
Great finish, though, by Yassin Garham. That is number 1 on Ben Gregg, 8 on Gonzaga. Three-point play is good.
Well, it's easier said than done, and Richard alluded to it. If you're guarding a ball handler that's about to come off the pick and roll, you can't give them the option to reject. You have to make them use the screen.
Force the ball out of Ike's hands. A reset. You see the dig there by Simmons, and now a foul inside on number 42, Nick Townsend. And Nick picks up number 1. That's 11 on you.
It's hard to believe that's only his first foul, as physical as it has been on the low block.
Well, I'm not sure that's a foul either. I mean, he's just bracing himself to the contact from Ike.
Graham Ike, 19.5 points a game, 9.6 rebounds. His last year at Wyoming.
They went to the NCAA tournament that year. Lost to Indiana in the first 4 back in Dayton. He was the preseason player of the year in the Mountain West last year before missing all of last season. It's coming to you, Greg.
4-point lead, 1 of 2 for Graham. And I'm surprised Dan has anything nice at all to say about Wyoming. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
No. The ball came to Greg and he jumped out of the way.
Wait. I didn't catch it. I saved Dan's life. It was about to decapitate him. Thank you, Dan.
Yes. One of the best.
There's a great bucket by Matt Nolan right over Ike.
Just took his time. Yeah. Got his feet under him.
Nembhard. Felt the contact. The kiss off the glass. Zags up by 4. Free throw coming.
That's a difference that Nembhard makes. A season ago, after a made basket, I don't think he would have gotten the ball down the floor in 3 seconds and gotten to the rim.
He does. He's constantly pushing. A tough call there for Mbang. Nembhard initiates all the contact, but that's what he does. His low gear is third gear. Nembhard. He is go. It just puts this constant kind of drip pressure on you defensively. You can't really relax when he has the ball.
Which is funny because his older brother Andrew obviously played here. He didn't play with the speed and pace of Ryan.
There's a block called on Nolan Hickman. Right in front of the fans. They didn't agree with the call. That's number 2 on Nolan. 9 on GU. Minute 25 to play in this first half. Hey, keep in mind I had a pen in my hand, so when you show this again, guys, and you make fun of me, my hands were full.
I thought it was, what I was impressed with was the reflexes, how quick you got your hand up.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Greg.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Look at the touch, too. Yeah. That's a tip. Offensive rebound.
Did you see the multitasking going on there?
You're talking wild.
The talkings, the holding the pen, and the deflection.
Not that anyone forgot you were a legend, but just to be able to see it, just be reminded it's really valuable.
On display.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Me at my best right there.
You batted it instead of catching it.
Well, and then I looked up at the scoreboard to check the score. Like
multi-dimensional.
Yes. Simmons makes it a 3-point game, 43-40. Nembhard. Ike somehow caught it, then lost it. And it's off a Yale Bulldog. Luka Kronovic on the floor now for GU. Our first look at him, the freshman from Croatia. Played in the Croatia Premier League. He was the MVP nearly 18 points a game. He's going to be a good one.
I really think he's got a chance to be special.
They've got a lot of good young talent.
Nembhard, step back, bang!
They're just toying with the pick and roll there. Make the defense make a mistake. They go under or get hung up. Simply shoot from behind.
Nembhard into double digits with 10. And Krajinovic pulls up or picks up the personal foul. 6-point Gonzaga lead, 46-40. If you're just joining us, this Yale team got to the NIT a year ago, shared the title in the Ivy League, but they had their sights set on an outright championship this year and a trip back to the NCAA tournament. Be their 4th trip in about 8 or 9 years. They're a good team.
A very good team. And to show you just how good the Ivy League was a season ago, they beat Princeton twice in the regular season. Princeton beat them in the Ivy League finals. Princeton knocks off Arizona in the first round and eventually ends up getting all the way to the Sweet 16. So there were 2 really good teams out of the Ivy League a season ago.
You know one thing, they're smart. Krajinovic, EK, left it short. Great defense by Townsend.
Townsend's minutes this first half with Wolf on the bench with 2 fouls. Townsend has played his heart out.
Garm into the corner. Townsend handoff. Mahoney. Krajinovic was chasing. And now Nolan, 10 on the shot clock. Simmons the drive, kick to the corner. Garm ran into a lot of light blue. Mahoney, the runner is off. Poked out of there, grabbed by Watson. Gonzaga with time.
A cheap foul there from Mahoney. He's going to put Watson on the line here with 4.2 seconds left.
And Anton 2 for 2 tonight. His only points coming from the line. But 4 rebounds and 1 assist. And he really brought toughness in that first half when Yale was really clawing at him.
Yeah, that first time out, Greg, just the change in the approach for GU on the defensive end of the floor. They dominated the effort side on that end of the floor, and then rebounding has just been really impressive. I mean, this team feels like a team that could be a very high-level rebounding team throughout the year.
I like the way you're thinking, Richard. It'll get really quiet. Anton 1 and 2. Zags up by 5. And we have a timeout. Boy, what a battle it's been. This really feels like a Gonzaga St. Mary's game to me. Same type of team over there in the dark blue.
Well, experienced, well-coached, defensively solid.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 14 minutes or so, this game was played at Yale's pace. The last 6.5 minutes, Gonzaga's really upped the pressure, the tempo, but it does give you a lot of memories of that Gonzaga St. Mary's style of game.
Look at that. 5 U.S. presidents, 20-plus Pulitzer Prize winners. I know they're smart. 3 Oscar winners. I know they're extremely talented.
You know, I never got recruited by them. Pretty confident that GPA wasn't going to work.
Question is, can you name those 5 presidents, Greg?
Yes, I think I can. I read this. You have Taft.
Yes.
Both Bushes.
Yes.
Clinton.
Yes. Who's the 5th?
Gerald Ford.
Who is it?
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford, yes. Here's Nolan, free throw line. I don't think he got it off. Doesn't matter, didn't go. What a first half for Gonzaga, guys.
Well, look, starting the year.
Punched hard.
Starting the year getting punched squarely on the nose. This is a very good team. It's going to be a long second half, but this is a whole lot more fun to start the year this way versus maybe somebody who's not going to give you much of a test. Great first half.
What happened to the days when Gonzaga kind of had a warm-up?
I like it this way.
You do.
Big-time challenge for the first 20 minutes from Yale. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments on both sides.
Braden Huff with 10, Ryan Nembhard with 10. Zag shot 48% from the floor. They lead by 5. We're at the half in Spokane. And welcome back to Spokane. There's the pavilion, I'm being told. It's purple. It's purple. What a game tonight. Wow, Gonzaga. Yeah, I tell you, that was spectacular basketball. I don't know what everybody thinks at home, but that was spectacular.
Yeah, I wonder how many fans looked at the schedule, saw Yale, and just kept going. This is a really good team and a really big test Gonzaga's getting tonight.
Yeah, but like Yale hit them, came out and just like boom, and this Zag team that hasn't played together responded.
Well, what you want to see is players up to a challenge. In that first 10, 12 minutes, I think some of the Gonzaga players were kind of feeling out the season, but that last, in particular, 7, 8 minutes was really good.
Nolan Hickman, Richard.
Yeah, look, everybody's going to benefit from having Nembhard on the floor. I don't think anybody's going to benefit more than Nolan Hickman. Last year, solid, 7 points a game, took care of the ball. Defensively, got to steal a game. But now, you always felt like he was having to play a way he wasn't comfortable playing. Now, it's just put your head down, look to score, push it in transition in the half court. You've got a sidekick in Nembhard who's always looking for you. And in the event he needs to have the ball in his hand and make a play for others, he learned how to do that last year. I think he's poised to have a huge season.
And Dan, for Yale, we can go in a lot of directions, but let's start with John Poulikitis.
Well, Poulikitis has been tremendous. The lefty out of the Chicago area, he has brought a lot of toughness, shot-making ability. He's crafty to create space and then knock down a number of shots. Box score has him for 7. We all thought he had 8 with what we thought were 2 threes, but he's been tremendous in the first half. If Yale is going to come up with an upset, he's going to have to continue to play well, and I tell you what, that is a big challenge for Gonzaga.
Tell you what, both teams playing at a high level for this time in November. I got to be honest, Zags up by 5. Back in a moment. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, pampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back. 47-42. We're at the half at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Number 11 Gonzaga with a 5-point lead. Greg Heister, Dan Dick out, Richard Fox. Well, Brayton Huff's arrived, gentlemen. The red shirt a year ago, did not play. And man, can he play.
He's pretty darn good. 7 minutes, 10 points in those 7 minutes. 2 of 3 from beyond the three-point arc. You know what really impresses me about him is he plays at his own pace. We say that about guards a lot of times, but he just has a knack for being in the right place at the right time and not allowing whatever the defense is doing to speed him up. He's been tremendous, as mentioned early in this first game of the year.
The magic is in those hands. Like, those hands are so soft. His shot to the rim is so soft. He catches the ball every time, and he doesn't miss often. And remember, as we take a look at these numbers brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel, Dusty Stromer was really important in those first moments in this comeback for Gonzaga in the first half. He went to the bench with the 2 fouls. We'll see him more in the second half as well.
Yeah, look, Huff's going to have a big role to play. Look, you look at the stats, though. This has been a really well-played game. Only 10 turnovers combined between the two teams. Really, the difference is the three-point shooting for Gonzaga, 5 of 8 versus just 4 of 10 for Yale. But considering how physical the first half was and how hard both teams played, it was pretty clean. It was a really well-played game.
Yeah, it was really, really physical. Wow. Like, it literally was like a football game, I think, in that first half, which is indicative of how Yale sees this game. They've come to Spokane to win, and Gonzaga has to fend it off and learn to play each other with each other quickly. 47-42. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Teams are out on the floor, at least Gonzaga is. We're a couple of minutes away from getting this second half going between Yale and Gonzaga. Leading scorers, John Poulikitis, we believe, has 10. We have highlights of him scoring 10 points. Officially, he's only given 7 at this point. We expect it to change to 10. He's 4 of 5 from the floor and has hit those 2 threes. Nembhard and Huff leading Gonzaga with 10 points. And there's Nolan Hickman with those 8 points, 1 rebound, but 4 of 7 from the floor. It's going to be an intense second half. Yale and Gonzaga, come on back. 47-42, Gonzaga up by 5 over the Ivy League's Yale. And we are ready to get it going here in the second half. Both teams shot the ball well. Gonzaga 48.5%, Yale 46.4%. And Dusty Stromer back in the starting 5 here in the second half for Gonzaga. Did not play a lot in the first half, just 11 minutes because of those 2 personal fouls. What an intense first half. Game number 1 on the season, number 2 for Yale, by the way.
This feels like a game you'd see in February.
And a quick whistle here. I don't believe the shot clock moved when the game clock began.
Correct, you are.
So it's 56-26. I've often wondered why they just don't put it back at 20 and start it. It's not the team's fault that the clock didn't start it right. Here's Nemhard.
Throw the scorekeeper or the clock keeper under the bus.
Here's Anton Watson. Little high-low grab. Ike, what a spin, but he was tripped. And the offensive foul, they say Graham hooked him.
Yeah, he wants to spin over that right shoulder to get to the left hand. And at times he does bow out that right arm. You see that here. Quicksmith's a great move, but then he brings that arm around. We saw that in the first half. No whistle. He's got to be careful on that spin move to control where that right arm is.
Danny Wolf took a kidney shot.
That's got to hurt.
That's number 2 on Ike. Mahoney. Good defense by Watson to shut it off. 10 on the shot clock.
Great defense. Great contest.
Nemhard into the lane. Duck in. Missed it. Ike had it blocked. And a great save over there in the corner by Matt Noling.
So that's where I think Nemhard, as the season progresses, will understand when I push, I don't necessarily have to get a shot up. Sometimes it's just loosen the defense, and now we can easily find a mismatch.
He's 4 of 11 now, and some of these just feel a little bit forced. His value for Giu's going to score regardless.
Yeah.
It's him getting his teammates at the right spots, helping them score.
Noling, Pulakidis, shot is short. And another foul on Gonzaga. This will be on Anton Watson.
I think it might be Ike. It looked as if Ike was holding him down. We'll find out
on
here in a second.
Those are 2 large human beings.
That is 3 on Graham Ike.
Look at these 2.
I thought they got it on Watson flying through, yeah.
Wow.
Good look at it there, guys.
Great camera work.
So Ike goes out of the game. Braden Huff checks in. You give up Braun for skill, I guess. Although Ike's pretty skilled, isn't he?
He is.
Mbang. Missed it. Huff the rebound. Near side to Hickman. Step back 3 is off. Noling clears the miss. And now the foul called on Braden Huff.
Rick, I think Noling stepped out of bounds.
Noling did step out of bounds. I'm sorry about that. He did.
Gonzaga dodges a bullet there because Yale is trying to attack in pick and rolls and then throw it back.
And really, they're not looking to score on the initial roll. What they're trying to do is have Gonzaga's defense break down, start helping, open it up on the weak side, a jump shot or another drive.
Hickman bounce. Huff. Oh,
Little
little runner.
Pocket pass, and then just the ability to quick catch and the touch quickly floated up over the top of the defense from Huff.
Wolf. Look who's guarding him. Stromer. Got physical with him. Forced the miss.
Yeah, Wolf would want to have that one back. Got to make that inside.
Anton bounced to Nemhard. Braden Huff. Nemhard back to Huff. Wolf the block. Grabbed by Watson and up and good. Anton Watson with 5. Right place, right time.
Good ball defense there from Hickman.
Yale looking for their first points in this second half. Danny Wolf to the corner. Mahoney's three is short. Missed grab by Nembhard. Pushing hard. Watson in the flush. Timeout, James Jones. Anton Watson with 7.
And a 6-0 run here to start the second half for GU. And this is, first we see the ball screen, good patience, and just a perfect pass. No look with the left hand. Right hand never touches the ball for Hickman. You see the touch. And this is where Nembhard's at his best. Passing the ball forward. Watson knows what to do with it with the strong finish. We'll see you on the other side.
And welcome back. Yale begins the second half 0 for 5. Gonzaga 3 for 6. They've extended a 5-point halftime lead to 11. 53-42. And Anton Watson once again, guys, the spark plug.
Does all the little things. You know, he's kind of had a behind-the-scenes role in regards to at least being a focal point of scoring, but he's always done the little things. I don't see that changing this year. He's in great shape.
Boulakidis with Hickman right there. Bounce to Wolf. Skip to Mbang. Working on Nembhard.
Sorry, Greg. Much more aware are the Zags and Boulakidis in ball screen situations. Mbang gets the nice floater off the glass.
Their first bucket of the second half. They went nearly 4 minutes without a point. Off to Stromer. Dusty with a drive. Threw it to Watson and the whistle.
You know, your comp earlier, Dan, from whoever else might be, the upside for Dusty's, it's up there.
Yes.
I think the role that he can play this year is a lot like what Joel Ayayi played.
Interesting.
Which is, he does a little bit of everything. They're not going to call anything for him. But with his body, his activity, I think his ability to rebound his position, he can defend, he's a good playmaker, and he can knock down the three-point shot. That's really what they need him to be this year.
Yeah, seen Garum back on the floor for Yale as Mahoney went out. Nembhard. Show by Wolf. Here's Stromer. Dusty the drive. No whistle, missed the shot. Mbang.
Just how patient this Yale team is. They get into the lane, they don't like it, so let's kick it back out.
They really trust their offense.
Yes.
Mbang. Nolan. 8 on the shot clock. Mbang had a shot blocked. Grabbed by Wolf. Falls off the rim. Stromer kept it alive. And grabbed by Watson. Hickman in the corner. Poked away by Wolf. Good defense. Picked up by Mbang. Stromer pokes it away. He takes it back. He's got Nembhard. Ryan to the rim.
Well, you just used the comp with Joel Ayayi. That was almost to a T a play that Joel Ayayi would have made a few years ago.
Just a cheap turnover there for Yale. Careless with the ball, gives up Kasha 2 points.
Nolan, great cut. Finish through Watson.
And that's the thing. Look, don't get caught watching the ball when Yale has the ball on offense. Watch what's happening away from it. The curls, the constant movement, it makes it difficult defensively. You can't relax when you're off the ball.
Nembhard into the lane. A push from behind, clearly. But the foul is called on Huff, I believe.
They got Huff first.
We'll get another look when we come back. Stromer the steal behind the back, and then Nembhard the lay-in. 55-46. Washington State 100% cavity free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewa.com. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. All right, let's go back to that foul a moment ago on Braden Huff. We got a good look at it inside, and you guys tell me if it was a foul.
Well, I don't think it was much of a foul, as we're going to get another look at it. Plays like this between the two bigs on the interior happen nearly every single possession. I think the ref missed that call almost as badly as the voting committee on the CMAs the other night missed on Morgan Wallen not getting a single award. Sorry, Greg, I had to go there. John Denver's no longer a current country artist.
You realize Greg and I are not the audience.
Peace, Johnny D.
Expand your horizons, Greg. Come on.
Hey, listen,
I only have so much capacity upstairs, and country music does not make the list for...
Bulakinas goes to work on Stromer.
Tough
Shucks in, missed it. And look at Braden Huff. Battle the big man Townsend for the loose ball. Watson. And then Huff was under the bucket wanting it. Hickman for three. Big rebound by Matt Nolan. Mbang wanting the ball, couldn't get it to him. Garum, Nolan, Huff there to contest it. Nemhard, Scott Hickman with him.
Good decision there on both their parts.
Tough pass to Stromer though. Garum, left hand goes.
Crafty there, goes to the opposite side. So Watson can't make a play on the ball. Just a careless turnover. Dusty doesn't get it initially, takes his eyes off of Hickman. Hickman delivers it. He can't hold on to it.
It's like a pick six. Nolan. He'll shoot it. Nolan, Hickman from downtown. He's got 11.
Tell you what, he's playing with an awful lot of confidence. Not just in the exhibition, but tonight. He looks to be the part. McDonald's All-American in high school.
Bulakinas, now Townsend lines up the three. Watson the rebound. His 8th of the game. Hickman, a little stop and go. And the score.
They knocked down the three-point shot. To force Mbang to really honor the jump shot, able to use a fake to get to the rim.
Zags up by 12. Nolan fell down. Loose ball. Townsend picks it up. Garum skipped to the corner. Three on the way. Bulakinas.
Broken play ends up in the hands of Bulakinas, who's been great tonight.
Nemhard. How about the big man running the floor? Bailed out Nemhard. Braden Huff to finish.
Huff kind of bailed him out exactly as you mentioned. Nemhard, you love to see the push in transition, but you got to have a little bit of understanding of spacing on the floor.
Mbang. Short on the three.
Again, that's a tough shot for Yale. I mean, just a little bit more patience. If you're Mbang, put pressure on Gonzaga's defense with the dribble drive.
Braden Huff now with 5 rebounds to go along with his 14 points. Now he sets the screen. Backdoor pass. Huff, left hand, and the foul. The star is born in Spokane. Braden Huff with 16. 5 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the floor, gentlemen.
Doesn't get the ball from on the three-point line, so he cuts. Doesn't beg for it, continues to move, and Hickman with another great dime to his partner, Huff.
Gonzaga upcoming schedule brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, your financial success fan club. We've got Eastern Oregon next week, gentlemen, and then it's big time.
And Maui Invitational, unfortunately, will be played in Honolulu this year, but start off with the top 3 ranked Purdue and Zach Edey right off the bat. The Tennessee-Syracuse game's interesting. Syracuse no longer being coached by Jim Boeheim. And Tennessee, a terrific scoring guard, transfer Dalton Neck. That's a heck of a tournament.
We'll see what happens in that TBD game.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, they're really tough.
Never know what to expect.
I mean, they are so good in the half court, but their transition game is as good as anybody.
Who's their best player?
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
It's hard to scout that game.
Yes. DNP, that's DNP.
I missed you guys. It's been too long.
Yeah, like a cold toilet seat, you missed us. About 11 minutes to play. Mbang picked up his dribble. Pulikitis. Nemhard climbing up into him. Pulikitis the drive. Ben Gregg clears the miss.
So much contact on all these rebounds. Gonzaga's size, this consistency with being able to put size out there on the floor is just starting to wear down Yale.
Skip to the corner. Stromer's free. Dusty Stromer from downtown.
I'm telling you, he can make plays all over the floor.
Zags up by 17.
He can't gamble.
There's the answer. Bez Mbang.
He's a great player. Defensive player in the Ivy League a year ago. You can't gamble. He's too smart. This team has too good a spacing.
Ben Gregg. I think a clean pass, he would have stroked it from 3. Stromer hangs in there. And now we'll shoot free throws.
Got a herky-jerky way about him. You know,
Is that good or bad?
Good. You know, he's in first gear, gets up to third, slows it down, and here's Nemhard coming off and just so strong with the ball, and Stromer just waiting for the ball in the corner.
Nemhard's got great vision.
Terrific
That
vision,
cut
yeah.
a minute ago with Braden Huff coming down the lane, and he was stuck on that baseline. He got up in the air. I don't know how he found
Well,
that.
when you play with a guy who wants to give you the ball, that's a real good motivator to move without it.
Yeah,
and it's contagious.
Yeah, like exclamation point.
Yeah, no, it's just contagious. You know, hey, if I keep moving, he's gonna find me.
Wolf.
Great strip.
And a whistle. Possession will stay with the Bulldogs of Yale. Wolf with it. A lot of time left in this game. Townsend had to fight through Stromer for that. That was not a fair fight.
Well, look,
it wasn't.
I'm not sure what Yale's going to take out of the game, but one thing I know they'll take is they've got a rotation guy in Townsend. After not playing much last year, he can clearly help them a ton.
Braden Huff lost his balance. Mbang with the loose ball. Mahoney missed the transition 3, and Braden Huff running the floor grabs the miss.
And Mahoney, a season ago, 47% from the three-point line. Gonzaga's dodged the bullet a number of times. He's a great shooter. That was a good look. Just couldn't get it to go.
Rebound there by Townsend. Mbang. Guy's quick now. Simmons with it. Mahoney, deep 3. He was willing that one in.
He's just a guy, you can't have your feet on the three-point line. You've got to step out if you're Stromer there. You have to understand what kind of range he has as a shooter.
Long way to go. It's down to 11. Nemhard, the answer, in and out. Wolf picks up the loose one.
Everything but the bucket there.
And now Yale with some life as Mahoney fires a 3. What a great rebound from Stromer. Nemhard with Ben Gregg and Hickman.
Great pass.
3 on the way. Off the front of the rim. Loose ball. Mahoney on the floor. And that'll go off of Yale's Mahoney. And it'll be Gonzaga basketball.
Hickman didn't knock it down. That starts with the push, and it starts with Gregg sprinting down the middle of the floor, occupying the defense. See Gregg coming to your picture there? That forces the help in the paint by Mahoney and opens up the jump shot. Doesn't go down, but that's great transition offense from Gonzaga.
Graham Ike and Anton Watson back on the floor now with Ben Gregg, Nolan Hickman, and Ryan Nemhard. Under 8 to play. Here's Ike. He'll back in on Wolf. EK, baseline. That's so good. That's cold off the bench.
That's just patient.
Yeah, as defensively, you've got to brace so much for the contact that it almost freezes you in place for a second, long enough for IQ to spin off the contact.
7:41 to go. Foul on Nolan Hickman. I was afraid it was EK. But EK the bucket, 72-59. And welcome back, 72-59. Well, I don't know if the real Shaq O'Neal has ever been here. I don't think he has. But he's here tonight in a poster. He's a big Zag fan. And who out there knows who that gentleman is? Chris Dudley played at Yale, but played for a long time in the NBA. And was famous for a lot of things, including airballing free throws.
Oh, jeez. He was
he also played
16-year NBA career. He was one of the better post defenders for a long stretch.
There's no doubt about
great
that.
rebounder as well.
He was famous for his airball free throws.
In his 4 years at Yale,
go to YouTube.
He had over 5,400 rebounds. How's that possible?
There were a lot of misses.
That's nuts, though. That's crazy. I'm going to go on a limb right now to say that record will never be broken.
Actually, so my first job in television was in Cleveland. He was on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the free throws were a big thing in Cleveland. That's why I'm not making fun.
Have you forgiven him?
Oh, I have, yeah. He seems like a great guy.
Well, obviously, I grew up in the Portland area. He was with the Blazers for a while. He did tremendous things in the community for kids with diabetes.
See, I told you, great guy. Here's Hickman. 72-59.
And it's been just the struggles for Yale offensively. Now 7 of 22 here in the second half after shooting 46% in the first half.
But honestly, I don't think their level of energy has been the same here in the second as it was when we started tonight. And a foul call on Casey Simmons. Do you agree with that? Or has Gonzaga just taken the spirit out of him?
I think it's more what Gonzaga's been doing defensively and just really making it much more difficult for Yale. I mean, they've been more connected on a lot of that action away from the ball. They've done a much better job contesting. I mean, think about, there's only been 2 or 3 clean looks, it feels like, here in the second half of Yale versus in the first half they had, several of those. So, to me, defensively, that's a question I had coming into the year for this GU team is, what's their ceiling after last year where they were not good defensively by any statistical measure?
Anton Watson, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Got a chance for a double-double tonight. Poulikitis, bounce to Wolf, turns and fires, that's short. Hickman kept it alive for Anton Watson, another rebound. Here's Nembhard.
It's the way he pushes the ball.
He's constantly in attack mode and transition. What it does is it flattens the defense out. Everybody's got to get back, protect the paint.
And then the drive. And he simply flipped it up as it rolled over the rim. Nembhard with 12, actually 14. That was good. And he takes it away. Great anticipation. And a left-hand pass. Watson went for the reverse, missed it. But he was fouled. Oh, they're going to say count the bucket. We got interference. I tell you what, we're going to see this Zag team at times out in the open floor as Watson. They're going to count this because you see Wolf's fingers were in the net.
At this again, I'm not sure that really impacted the rim. I didn't see the rim move, or
I don't think it matters.
If you go to block a shot and you hit the net, that's fine, but you can't go all the way up through the net, through the cylinder of the rim. So I'm curious what the final decision from the officials will be.
I'm guessing they're going to reverse it. Take another look. I mean, he's just going for a block. He's not impacting.
EK impacted it.
What's impressed you tonight, Greg?
Oh, my Anton Watson. I just think his toughness, his desire, his grit, all of that. I think Dusty Stromer's impressed me tonight. Nembhard's ability to push the ball is impressive tonight. Nolan Hickman, we talked coming in, they're saying no bucket, but 2 free throws coming for Anton. But Nolan Hickman being that extra piece as a guard. Okay, no goaltend, coming back to shoot 2. I think a lot. The fact that Yale came out and hit Gonzaga squarely in the nose and then kept the pedal down, and Gonzaga responded. This is a team that's, new to one another.
Well, and I think
they showed great chemistry and unity tonight.
And my expectation is this is a Yale team that's clearly good enough to be in the NCAA tournament. This could be, presuming Gonzaga holds on here, a big-time win early in the season.
Yeah, they're a 2nd or 3rd place team in the West Coast Conference, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watson with 9 points, 9 rebounds. He's now 5 of 8 from the line.
Nice back cut.
Out to Wolf. And now Poulikitis.
They've done a great job on
Watson
him.
Took it away. And the left hand goes.
He's just so good at hedging out on those screens. And he knows on the weak side for Gonzaga has been pretty good tonight. Where if they get out of that double, he knows his help's going to be there and he can locate a free man on the defensive end.
Anton Watson, a big piece for Gonzaga this year. Ike picks up the loose ball, the bounce, and now Nembhard. Zags are running away. He's got 16. Foul called, and that'll go on number 33, Ben Gregg. Here's your Gonzaga Hoops play of the game, brought to you by Multicare Health System. Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. And it's Anton Watson at the top of the Zags defense, taking the ball away.
Terrific job defending the screener in that pick and roll situation. Guards it with his chest, gets his hand on the ball, and then off to the races with a creative left-hand finish.
Ike and Gregg out. Dusty Stromer and Braden Huff back in. And here comes August Mahoney, the senior from Saratoga Springs, New York. Back in for Yale. Nembhard directing traffic. Nolan Hickman now.
Got the switch. Huff with the smaller Poulikitis on him.
Good pass. Got the ball. Watson got it out of there. Nembhard 5 on the shot clock. Hickman 3 off the front of the rim, and Huff punched at the ball and called for a personal foul. That'll be his 3rd. And that is 5 on GU this half. 4:35 to play. Guys, this was a 5-point game at half. 47-42, if I remember right.
And defensively, Gonzaga's really locked in, made things difficult on Yale. I can only remember a couple open looks here in the second half.
Nolan trying to create space, but Watson was there to contest. That's his 10th rebound. Watson now with 11 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for Anton Watson. Nembhard the drive. No bucket, no bucket. Foul before the shot, 3:56 to play. Gonzaga 80, Yale 61. Back in a moment. And welcome back. Time to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental. Oh, well, we're going to get back to that because we don't have a consensus over here.
Well, you can go in a number of different
Watson,
directions.
you say who?
I think Braden Huff.
Who do you go, Richard?
I had Nemhard.
You had Nemhard.
Yeah. We had discussions about Nolan.
Hey, I'm sure you can rent many different types of tools at A to Z Rental. So why not go with a three-headed MVP of the game?
I like how you did that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, anyway, here's Hickman. That's in and out. There's Huff, and now Stromer. Oh, I thought Dusty was going to connect from downtown. Here's Anton. 10 on the shot clock. Huff sets the screen. Nemhard. Step back three on the way. Huff, offensive rebound, and the two-handed flush. Huff with 19. Braden Huff, wow. Mahoney, that'll quiet the crowd for the moment.
Can you imagine being another coach in the West Coast Conference? Like, oh, Drew Timmy's finally gone. And Braden Huff just steps in after a
You think they're all wondering, maybe they might finish first in the league.
But we said that when Dickow left. We said it when Morrison left. We said it when Olynyk left. We said it when Wiltshire and Rui. Right? When all of these guys. And then we say it when Timmy. Like, yes. It's why the domination has been so long.
One more rebound for Huff would give him a double-double in his first regular season game.
Watson, another rebound. He's got to get it up. There it is. And no shot. 82-64, 2:29 to play. Huff goes out of the game. And he has arrived officially. 19 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 9 rebounds. And his day is done, I'm assuming. Here's Townsend. Against EK. Watson. Boy, I tell you what. EK and Anton Watson under the bucket. Going to be a lot to deal with for teams trying to score in there. Those are two big dudes and powerful, and they don't mind mixing it up.
Well, Gonzaga plus 16 on the glass after the game, just plus 3 at halftime. And with the size they have, I mean, this is a team, particularly on the defensive glass, that could be dominant. Well, look, at the end of the day, when you get into March, you're going to have a game or a weekend where you can't find a bucket, where it's just difficult on that end of the floor. You have to be able to...
Watson! The Heat game and the flush. And there's the game in the microcosm. Watson with the great hustle right to the end. And then the unselfish play to Ike. Nolan. Mahoney in there to earn the rebound. Bulakidis for 3. 84-67. What a beginning to this season. Holy smokes. Under a minute to go. Hickman, left hand, acrobatic finish. He's got 15. Long 3 is off. Mahoney still hustling. Nemhard just turned an ankle. And Townsend put it in. Nemhard's okay. He's got a little hockey in him, I can tell. 30 seconds to play. There's about 6-second differential between the two clocks. Hickman with 15 points, 3 assists, off on the shot, and now Mbang. Poulikitis, the flush at the other end. 86-71 is the final. And Gonzaga begins the season 1-0. And here is your A to Z rental players of the game. No job too big or too small. 8 convenient locations. We rent everything. Let A to Z rental be your most valuable player. How about Ryan Nembhard, gentlemen?
Just love the way he pushed it. Got his teammates involved. Anton Watson just totally on brand tonight. Defensively, rebounding the ball, scored it enough. It's just been a collection, and then Huff off the bench. Talk about the type of introduction you want to make to Zag Nation. Huff did that tonight.
And Dan, Gonzaga 42 rebounds tonight. They were 15-21 from the free throw line. Really, for 20 years, that's been the magic formula. This team is going to rebound, and they show the propensity to shoot the free throws better than last year.
Pound the glass, push the ball in transition, get open looks, and share the ball. That recipe has worked for a number of years. 5 Zags in double figures tonight in the opening win of the season.
Yeah, how about that? Nembhard 16, Hickman 15, EK 11 in just 20 minutes. Watson with 11, and Braden Huff with 19 points. A lot of credit to the Yale Bulldogs. They came across the country to play on the road in one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball, and absolutely decked the Zags in the first 5 or 8 minutes. Gonzaga responds. They win at 86-71. For Richard Fox, Dan Dickow, I'm Greg Heister. Good night from Spokane.